Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. Jaden Daniels is heading into Week 2 of the NFL season riding a wave of momentum, and the latest injury updates have only added to the excitement surrounding Thursday night's matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers. Coming off a Week 1 victory that showcased his dual-threat capabilities, Daniels has emerged as one of the most compelling young quarterbacks in the league. Against the New York Giants, he completed 19 of 30 passes for 233 yards and a touchdown, while also adding 68 rushing yards on the ground. That combination of poise in the pocket and explosiveness with his legs has quickly made him a nightmare for opposing defenses, and Washington fans have every reason to feel optimistic heading into another primetime contest. His performance last week didn't just put points on the board. It set the tone for what could be a defining season for the Commanders, and with the spotlight shining bright on Thursday night, all eyes will be on him to see if he can continue this upward trajectory. While his play on the field has been impressive, attention has understandably turned to his health following the first week of the season. Daniels appeared on Washington's estimated injury report on Monday with a note about a right wrist issue, sparking questions about whether the team might consider limiting his workload on such a short week. NFL teams often tread carefully with young quarterbacks, especially those who play a physically demanding style like Daniels, and the concern was that the wrist could impact his ability to throw accurately or absorb contact. Fans and analysts alike speculated on social media, wondering if this might force the Commanders to lean more heavily on their running backs or implement quicker, shorter passing plays to protect their star signal caller. However, Washington's head coach Dan Quinn quickly sought to calm those concerns, emphasizing that there were zero concerns about Daniels' status and that he was fully expected to lead the team against Green Bay. Quinn's reassurance was crucial, as it signaled to both players and fans that Daniels remains the cornerstone of the team's offense, and that the Commanders are not looking to compromise their momentum for precautionary reasons. By midweek, the uncertainty surrounding Daniels' participation was fully resolved. According to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, the quarterback was officially removed from the injury report, confirming that he would play without limitations. The announcement served as a significant relief for Washington's fan base and a boost for the team's confidence heading into a game on the national stage. Pelissero confirmed via X that Commanders QB Jaden Daniels, right wrist, is off the injury report and good to go, putting an end to any lingering speculation. This clearance means that the Commanders can approach their game plan with full trust in Daniels' ability to execute, whether that involves attacking downfield with deep throws, exploiting defensive gaps with his legs, or orchestrating critical third-down conversions. It also underscores the quarterback's resilience and readiness to perform under pressure, traits that have become hallmarks of his early NFL career. On the other side of the field, the Green Bay Packers enter Thursday night facing their own injury challenges, which could shape the dynamics of the matchup in a significant way. Several of Green Bay's key starters are listed as questionable, including defensive end Micah Parsons with a back issue, right tackle Zach Tom dealing with an oblique injury, left guard Aaron Banks managing ankle and groin concerns, and cornerback Nate Hobbs with a knee problem. Parsons, notably, played through a similar situation in Week 1 and still managed to record a sack, highlighting his ability to contribute even when not at full strength. However, the cumulative effect of these injuries may test Green Bay's depth, particularly on the defensive line and in the secondary. The Packers have been forced to rely on younger or rotational players in these positions, and their ability to contain a dynamic quarterback like Daniels may hinge on whether their starters can perform at a high level despite limited practice time or lingering discomfort. The matchup suddenly becomes not just a test of talent, but also of resilience and adaptability for both teams. This brings the spotlight squarely onto the strategic chess match between Daniels and the Packers' defense. Washington's quarterback has already proven that he can make defenses look slow, with his ability to manipulate coverage, extend plays, and pick apart weak spots in the defensive front. The potential absence or limitation of Green Bay's top contributors only enhances Daniels' opportunities to exploit matchups. The command and control nature of his offense means he can read defensive alignments in real time and adjust accordingly, making him particularly dangerous against a defense that may be missing its most experienced or disruptive players. If Parsons is unable to generate consistent pressure off the edge, or if Banks and Tom are not at peak effectiveness in pass protection, Daniels could find pockets to throw downfield with confidence. At the same time, his legs add another layer of unpredictability, forcing defenders to account for him as a rushing threat, which opens up lanes for his receivers and keeps linebackers guessing. In short, the combination of Washington's offensive weapons and a potentially short-handed Packers defense sets the stage for a high-stakes, high-energy contest that could easily swing in Daniels' favor. Beyond the XS and OS, there is also the narrative momentum to consider. Daniels' Week 1 performance didn't just produce a win. It established a sense of identity for the Commanders' offense. Confidence is a subtle but powerful force in football, and having a quarterback who believes in his ability to beat you both with his arm and his legs can elevate an entire team's performance. That intangible edge could be critical against a Green Bay squad still adjusting to injuries and integrating backups into key roles. When players step onto a primetime field with belief in themselves and their quarterback, the energy translates into more decisive throws, crisper routes, and sharper execution overall. Daniels' growing rapport with his receivers and offensive line, combined with his demonstrated toughness, suggests that he is ready not just to play through Thursday night, but to dictate the pace and rhythm of the game from the very first snap. In addition, the context of a Thursday night matchup introduces another layer of challenge that Daniels appears well-suited to embrace. Short weeks are notoriously difficult in the NFL, testing both physical conditioning and mental preparation. Opponents have less time to analyze film, which can benefit a quarterback with as much improvisational skill and athleticism as Daniels. His dual-threat nature becomes even more valuable in these circumstances, as he can create opportunities on the fly when defensive adjustments come faster than they anticipate. The Packers' defense may try to press coverage or overload the box to stop him, but Daniels has repeatedly demonstrated the ability to read such schemes and adapt mid-play. His mobility allows him to reset the pocket, scramble for critical yards, and maintain offensive rhythm even when the initial play breaks down. Against a potentially weakened Green Bay front, these attributes could prove decisive in sustaining drives and converting key third downs. At the same time, Thursday night's primetime stage provides Daniels with an opportunity to further solidify his reputation as one of the league's emerging stars. NFL quarterbacks are often judged not only by their statistical output, but by how they perform under pressure, and national exposure amplifies every play. The spotlight will shine on Daniels as he faces a defense that has historically been tough to penetrate, but the potential gaps caused by injuries could offer the perfect stage for him to showcase his full skill set. Success in this game could set the tone for the remainder of his season, reinforce confidence among teammates, and further cement his role as the leader of a Commanders team eager to make a statement early in the year. The combination of personal performance, team momentum, and strategic opportunity makes Thursday night's contest a defining moment for Daniels' burgeoning career. Meanwhile, the Packers' injury situation adds an unpredictable element that could shape the flow of the game. Green Bay has been historically resilient even when key players are sidelined, but the convergence of multiple questionable starters could stretch their depth and test their ability to execute defensive schemes effectively. Players like Parsons and Hobbs, even if they manage to play, may be limited in snap count or mobility, which creates openings for a quarterback of Daniels' caliber. The Packers' coaching staff will need to balance risk and reward, deciding whether to deploy starters at less than full strength or rely on backups who may lack experience but can bring fresh energy. This chess match between offensive ingenuity and defensive adaptation underscores the high-stakes nature of NFL primetime games, where every decision, adjustment, and execution carries amplified consequences. All signs point toward an engaging, high-energy battle in front of a national audience. Jayden Daniels, now fully cleared to play, is expected to take full command of the field against a Green Bay team navigating its own challenges. His combination of accuracy, mobility, and situational awareness has already proven to be a formidable package, and with the Packers facing potential limitations across several key positions, the Commanders' quarterback may have a unique opportunity to shine. Whether through pinpoint passes, dynamic runs, or clever improvisation under pressure, Daniels is positioned to make a statement that extends beyond a single game, signaling that he is not just a promising young talent, but a rising star capable of impacting outcomes on the NFL's biggest stages. As Thursday night approaches, all eyes will be on him to see if he can continue the momentum from Week 1, handle the primetime pressure, and exploit the openings presented by an injury-hit defense. For fans, analysts, and fellow players alike, the narrative is clear. Jayden Daniels is ready, the spotlight is on, and the NFL world is watching to see what comes next. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The NFL world is buzzing, and if you've been paying attention to every little move this offseason, you already know there's a storm brewing in Washington. Rumors that seemed too wild to be true just a few weeks ago have now taken a life of their own, and the whispers have grown louder and louder until they've erupted into a full-blown frenzy. And the name on everyone's lips? DEEBO Samuel. Yes, you heard it right. The explosive, versatile, highlight reel-producing wide receiver who's been tearing defenses apart has reportedly been courted, chased, and now, it seems, claimed by the Washington Commanders. The story, if it holds, could be the single biggest shakeup in the league this offseason. The kind of move that sends shockwaves through fantasy football rankings, powerhouses in the NFC, and every fan who has dreamed of a team finally putting together the right pieces. There's a feeling, almost tangible in the air, that this isn't just another trade or signing. This is a statement. The Commanders are signaling that they are done playing it safe, done with slow rebuilds, done with tentative steps. They are ready to roar back into contention, and DEEBO Samuel, with his blend of speed, power, and sheer unpredictability, could be the exact catalyst they need. It's the kind of acquisition that makes you sit back and reconsider everything you've thought about the team's trajectory. For weeks, insiders have been dropping hints, quiet mentions of big targets, subtle nods to a potential blockbuster. Analysts speculated, fans dreamed, and now, as the dust begins to settle, it looks like all signs are pointing to one explosive reality. DEEBO Samuel in Washington is not just a headline. It's a potential paradigm shift. The chemistry possibilities with the current roster, the way he could change defensive scheming against the Commanders, the attention he draws away from other key players. It's a domino effect that could redefine the entire season. Imagine the red zone. Imagine third and long scenarios. Imagine a quarterback suddenly freed from the pressure of tight coverage because defenses are now forced to account for someone who can turn a short pass into a 50-yard touchdown. It's the kind of excitement that makes every highlight reel you've ever seen of DEEBO suddenly seem like mere appetizer footage for what he might do in the burgundy and gold. There's a buzz among fans that's hard to ignore. Social media timelines are lighting up with speculation, and every sports talk show, every podcast, every comment section feels like it's vibrating with anticipation. Is it official? Will the contract be finalized? What does this mean for the receiving core? The questions are endless, and the thrill of uncertainty is part of the fun. And let's be honest, in a league that thrives on storylines and dramatic shifts, this has a season-defining moment written all over it. Analysts can try to predict the statistical impact. Fantasy gurus can crunch numbers and projections. But there's a larger narrative here. The Commanders have been hunting for a signature move, something that signals they are serious, and the hunt appears to have ended. DEEBO Samuel is more than a name on a roster sheet. He is a symbol of ambition, of risk, of boldness. And the way this rumor has exploded, you can almost feel the pulse of every franchise around the league taking notice, recalibrating their offseason strategies, wondering if Washington just raised the stakes in ways they hadn't fully anticipated. And while we're talking about rumor and speculation, let's dive into why this particular acquisition, or even the strong chatter surrounding it, has captured the imagination of football fans everywhere. DEEBO Samuel's game isn't just about catching passes. It's about creating moments that fans replay over and over, highlight clips that get thousands of likes, tweets that trend globally. He's a playmaker who forces defenses to think differently, to plan differently, to sometimes even panic. For the Commanders, this could translate into new offensive schemes, a reinvigorated locker room, and a psychological edge heading into games that could make the difference in close matchups. Coaches are rumored to be thrilled at the prospect. players reportedly buzzing in anticipation of lining up with someone of his caliber, and fans are already imagining the iconic moments that could define the season. And, of course, the media is circling like hawks, trying to verify, trying to confirm, trying to dissect every tweet, every insider hint, every leak that trickles out. In short, it's a perfect storm of hype, speculation, and genuine excitement. Now, let's talk about timing because, as any sports fan knows, timing is everything in the NFL. The offseason is the quiet before the storm, the time when strategy and negotiation quietly set the stage for fireworks once the season kicks off. Rumors of DEEBO Samuel joining the Commanders didn't appear out of nowhere. They were meticulously fed, carefully dropped, each one like a breadcrumb in a forest, leading us to this crescendo moment. And in this moment, the anticipation has reached a fever pitch. Every fan forum has theories. How will the team integrate him? Who might see their roles diminished? Which rival defenses will start preparing months in advance? And the beauty of it is, even as these questions swirl, the story continues to grow. Every day brings another nugget, another insider tidbit, another maybe this, maybe that keeps the rumor mill turning, keeps the conversation alive, keeps us all staring at our screens wondering when, or if, it will finally be official. Of course, the drama isn't limited to speculation. There's the human element, the narrative threads that make sports more than just numbers on a stat sheet. DEEBO Samuel's career has been one of intensity, resilience, and moments of pure brilliance. The thought of him stepping onto a field in a new uniform, under bright lights, with a team that has been building towards something big, adds layers to the story. Fans love a narrative of reinvention, of joining forces, of elevating both player and team simultaneously. And that's exactly the story being whispered right now. The Commanders, long searching for a signature moment, have seemingly identified their target. DEEBO, long a player known for explosive plays and unforgettable highlights, might be stepping into a chapter of his career that's even bigger than what came before. The rumors suggest not just a transactional move, but a potentially transformational one. And if you look at the broader NFL landscape, the implications are staggering. This isn't just a local story for Washington fans. This is a narrative that could ripple across divisions, alter playoff forecasts, and redefine rivalries. DEEBO Samuel is a player who demands attention, and now that attention could shift entire defensive strategies league-wide. Analysts are already speculating on matchups, on how NFC East defenses will respond, on the potential cascading effect this could have on passing yards, touchdowns, and game outcomes. And beyond the X's and O's, there's a cultural impact. The Commanders' fan base, hungry for excitement, could be reinvigorated, stadiums could see renewed energy, and the team's identity could shift from hopeful underdogs to bona fide contenders overnight. The rumor, regardless of when or if it's confirmed, has already accomplished something remarkable. It has captured imaginations, sparked debates, and created a sense of expectation that is rare in the quiet. Months before the regular season, even skeptics can't help but lean in. The whispers of potential contract negotiations, the hints dropped by insiders, the subtle signals from social media accounts, it all adds a layer of intrigue that's irresistible. The NFL thrives on uncertainty, and right now, uncertainty has a name: DEEBO Samuel. The possibility alone changes conversations, inspires speculation, and ensures that every Commanders game will now be watched with heightened anticipation. And as this rumor continues to swirl, one thing becomes clear: whether the deal is finalized tomorrow, next week, or in some spectacularly dramatic fashion, the narrative itself has already succeeded. It has captivated fans, it has reignited debates, and it has given Washington a storyline that could define the season. And let's not forget the personal stakes. For DEEBO Samuel, a move like this could be more than a new jersey. It could be the stage for reinvention, for career-defining moments, for legacy-building plays that fans will talk about for years. For the Commanders, it could be the spark that ignites a team, the marquee name that brings everything into focus, the player around whom an offense can be built. The rumor, the chase, the speculation, it's all part of the drama that makes sports more than just a game. It's about stories, about anticipation, about the thrill of imagining what could happen if everything falls into place. And right now, it feels like everything is falling into place. So, As the buzz continues, as social media erupts, as analysts and fans dissect every hint, one thing is undeniable. The hunt is over, and the prize, at least in the realm of speculation, has a name. DEEBO Samuel. The Commanders. The rumor of the season. The story that could reshape a franchise. And whether the deal is officially announced or not, the NFL landscape has already been electrified. Every rumor, every whisper, every hint has led to this moment of anticipation. And as fans, we are left on the edge of our seats, imagining what the upcoming season might hold with this explosive talent in the fold. The countdown, the chatter, the excitement, it's all part of the spectacle. And as far as anyone can tell, the Commanders have made their move, and the hunt has reached its climax. DEEBO Samuel might just be the name that changes everything. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.